Good morning, everyone. So Donald Trump wants peace now. He wants the whole world to stop fighting. You know, he's gonna have a peace deal in Ukraine. He doesn't want the Russians and the Ukrainians to fight anymore. But also, the United States are ready for war with China. China's ready for war with the United States. And the United States are going to send everything to Israel to finish the job in Gaza. Listen, guys, this happened now a lot quicker than even I imagined. So let's just get straight into it. Then I want to share with you a couple of articles. Like I said, guys, I've done a few videos on this. Excuse me. And I've talked about this and how insane we are right now. It's just absolutely crazy what's happening right now. Remember the question I gave? I said, right, okay, for all those people who are saying that Donald Trump wants peace, for all those people who are saying, oh, Donald Trump just wants peace, why can't people just stop fighting? The reality is, this was always going to go this way, and it has happened a lot quicker than even I imagined. So we've got this direct line now where the United States are, and again, this to me, this sounds like old news, but for the mainstream media, they're just catching up on it. I've been saying this since 2023. Go check my videos. So right now we have got a situation. Well, let's just get with the shared article. This one first. United States prepared to go to war with China, says Defense Secretary amid threat of retaliation. And again, this is how these wars start. This is how these wars happen. They happen by accident. They start by accident. The rhetoric and the build-up is all, that's all calculated. America is prepared to go to war with China. Pete Hegseth said amid threats of retaliation over tariffs. I don't think he's talking about, an actual military war right now, but I do think that is the subtext. Miss Hegseth's comments came in response to a direct threat to Donald Trump, with China's representatives in America saying if war is what the US want, it'll be a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war. Okay, so they are talking about a war. We are ready to fight till the end. I mean, I'm going to put that in the, listen, that is going in the thumbnail. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Chinese are saying they're ready to fight till the end. So it looks like the rhetoric's building up. Listen, I've said that this, a conflict with China that's going to start. It's going to come online around about 2027. So now you're just seeing the footprints. Now you're seeing the little seedlings growing up through the weeds. Remember, this is how I pointed it out to you guys in 2023. I said, look, the United States have just passed this bill, House Resolution 559, passed on the 1st of November. 2023, that said that the United States would not accept a nuclear-armed Iran. And that's how I knew there's going to be a push into Iran. Right now, we're seeing things happening in the United States that is going to push into a potential conflict with China. I'm saying 2027 as soon as, but I do believe this Chinese conflict, the China conflict that is upcoming, it will be led by the United States with allied with Japan, New Zealand, Australia, South Korea, those regional partners. So this is in response to what the Chinese said, and I'll just show you real quick if I can figure out how to do it. I'll just show you real quick what the Chinese said about the... In fact, you know what, guys? I'm not going to tell you what the Chinese said because I've got quite a bit to go through on this video. I will put it in the description. I just read what the Chinese said. Now, also, what we've got to understand is what's the rhetoric that's coming out of the Middle East. And again, I know I keep saying this, but this is happening now a lot faster than even I imagined. And normally when I give these timelines, my timelines are very condensed. I see these things happening. I'm right. Okay, that's what's going to happen. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but it always happens. Now, I didn't see this coming so quickly. So I'm going to share an article with you guys now. Trump issues warning to Hamas. So Trump issued last warning to Hamas as US confirms direct hostage talks. Now, the key thing about this is, remember how, it's the policy, the United States will never negotiate with terrorist organizations. Hamas have been designated a terrorist organization. The US can confirm they are now in direct talks with that group. So straight away, that's a shift from US foreign policy. You know, you shouldn't give legitimacy to terrorist organizations. It just gives them power. It empowers them for further operations. Where are we here, guys? US President Donald Trump has issued what he calls the last warning. Hang on, here we are. Look, this bit here. This bit is wild, ladies and gentlemen. This bit is wild. Okay. I'm sending Israel everything it needs to finish the job. Like, just that statement there, when you understand and when you conceptualize what the job is, it's just terrifying. It's, you know, to be so blasé about it. Not a single Hamas member will be safe if you don't do as I say, Trump said in a lengthy post on his Truth Social platform. Now, just the way that, you know, they're referring to this as like tools and a job, and, you know, it's like, Sean, can you send me more can you send me more bricks? I need to finish this wall. That is not what they're talking about there, ladies and gentlemen. They're talking about transcending people to beams of light. They're talking about people going away and not coming back. And, you know, how do we think partners in the Middle East are going to take this? How do we think, excuse me, and there it says it there, look. Hang on. Washington has until now avoided direct engagement with the group. There is an old long-standing US policy against having direct contact with entities it lists as terrorist organizations. Yeah, so there you go. It's kind of like a, you know, as a first world nation, you don't negotiate with terrorists, because as soon as you negotiate with terrorists, it gives other terrorist organizations, it gives them it inspires them to start as a terrorist organization and conduct attacks. It's why you should never pay for a hostage. It's why you should never even enter into negotiations, because as soon as you enter into those negotiations, other people will do that. As soon as you, as soon as you start paying for hostages, then other people will start taking, you know, for example, and I don't know if this country X, let's just use the United States, I guess, as a, in fact, let me stop this share. You know, for example, if the United States started paying for hostage release, then that would make every United States citizen a target, because people would know they would get money from that. The right way to go about that is, if somebody takes one of your citizens hostage, you send your military in there and you get them out by whatever means necessary. That's how you should deal with it. What that will do then, excuse me, that will make any other organization think twice about taking one of your citizens hostage. Because if you're looking at this and you're thinking, right, okay, we want to make some fast cash, do we take some Americans hostage? And then they think, right, listen, every time Americans get taken hostage, you know, US Delta Force parachute in and there's just bombs and explosions and everybody gets transcended to a beam of light. It's not a good outcome for us. That will then protect your citizens, and it's a difficult decision to make. But you know, there's lots of examples. I can give you examples of incidents that happened in Eritrea. So there was an incident in Eritrea. I think it was like 2004 or something. British embassy staff got taken hostage. The hostage takers didn't realize they were British staff. Once they found out that the British military was off the coast, ready to parachute in and take those hostages regardless, whether they released them or not, those hostages were getting freed in the next 24 hours. Guess what? Those bad guys, that group, they thought, right, okay, the two options I have are release the hostages or don't release the hostages and let the British military release those hostages, and I probably won't go home to my family tonight. So they're the two options that those guys had, and they chose the former, and and those guys were happy. But this is why you can't negotiate with terrorists. This is why you can't negotiate with terrorist entities, and you certainly can't pay for hostages. But the crux of this video, ladies and gentlemen, it's happened a lot quicker than I expected now. The war rhetoric is building up. It does look now like the United States are gearing up for some sort of conflict in the Middle East. It does look like the United States are gearing up for some sort of conflict with China. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you can see this rhetoric unfolding in front of you. Remember what I've always said on this channel. The divergence is real. The Europeans are going to have to pull their big boy pants up, and I've been saying this since 2022. The United Kingdom will take the leading role in Europe against the Russians in Ukraine, and the United States, excuse me, will go into the Middle East March 2026. I've not changed my tune, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying the same thing, and I've been giving you guys the same direction. Anyway, guys, I'm going to mag to grid, and I'll get you guys another video later. Where's my cursor gone? That was a bit awkward. But I'm just going to leave it in, guys, because that's how I roll.